Hello, my name is Lisa Philippi, and today I'm going to be showing you how I bind a little book. In this little book, you can see that I have used a coffee dyed file folder. So I've cut this file folder down to the size that I want it. I like using file folders because they are sturdy, and I like coffee dyeing them. It makes them even more sturdy and gives a nice vintage look. I'm going to be covering that up anyway, but anything that might show. And then also, they already have the pre-folded lines here, and I'm making a spine. So on this one, you can see there's actually holes here because I had already bound this book, but I wasn't happy with it. So I took it apart and I'm completely redoing it. So these are the pages that are going to go inside it. And you can see that I've folded the pages so that they also have a spine until I get to the center. And then the center is just folded in half here. And then I'm also going to put an envelope here in the center of that signature. You can see that I have already glued laces to the edge of these pages. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go ahead and start binding this. I may be a little bit quiet during this process because I'm not used to talking a whole lot while I'm doing the process, but I'll kind of explain what I'm doing here. I have binder clips that I use to hold everything together while I'm doing this. I'm going to get out some of these clips that I have. I like these big clips. And again, if you're watching this, I do appreciate you stopping by today. And I also feel free to use the button to speed up this so that you're not having to watch it as in real time. You can speed it up by clicking at the top of the right-hand screen and that little gear button. When you tap on that, it gives you different options, and you can speed it up to like 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, or 2 times the speed. And that way you don't have to watch it in slow motion here as I'm doing it. But if only life were, if we could only create things and do things in as fast as that fast motion. I wish I had the editing skills to be able to edit the video and speed up this process or do the talk over. So one of the things that I'm going to do before I bind this is I want to make sure everything's lined up the way I want it to be lined up. Those holes are going to get covered up anyway, like I said, because I'm going to be covering the outside of this this journal anyway. So those holes don't bother me, but I just want to make sure that everything is lined up the way I want it to be. So I'm going to kind of flip through here and make sure, see, like I would like to have that a little more centered onto the page. And I'm going to bring that up just a little bit. Okay, I think everything is good now. So now I'm going to go ahead and clip this here, and I'm going to clip it here, and then I'm going to make sure everything's done in there, and then I'm going to be using, get out some more of my tools here. I'm going to use an awl, which is this, which is just very sharp, and it's kind of like an ice pick, I guess, so that I can poke my holes. And I'm going to just eyeball this. I'm going to do a 3-hole signature. So I'm going to do one in the middle, and I'm pressing straight down. You don't want to get this angled. And then when that comes out, you want to make sure that it's coming out in the middle, which this is not. So that is not a good thing. So I'm going to realign this a little bit. So you're getting to see my mistakes or my goof ups here. And the good thing too is that if this turns out horrible, I can always delete the video and not show it to you. Ha ha ha, right? But let's see. I want this. I want that to be more centered, but that's not too bad now. And then let me go ahead and do the other one. And again, I'm eyeballing this. I'll go up just a little bit more here. That's better. That one is there. And then I'm going to eyeball the third hole here. There, that one's good. Now I'm going to get my needle, which I have a needle right here, and this is the waxed linen thread. And you can, if you're new at this and you're intimidated, don't be. It's very simple to do these journals. The sewing part is not hard, but I do recommend that you use the waxed linen because it doesn't slip and slide on you. And you want to make sure that you have a good, nice big needle. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down into, you can do this either way, but I'm going to go down. I'm just used to doing it this way, because you can start on the outside and have your, where you tie it off, be on the outside rather than on the inside. But since I'm using an envelope here, where I tie that off is going to get kind of hidden by that envelope. But I'm just going to use my finger here, which has got coffee dye on it because I've been coffee dyeing papers. But I'm going to hold that secure. I almost pulled it out. Hold on just a second. I didn't have a good hold on it there. So I have a hold of that, and then I'm going to go, and you can start either way, top or bottom, and then you're going to come up through that hole, and that came up on my first try, yay. And then you're going to go all the way across and go down the other hole, okay, and then you're going to go back up through the center. And when you come back up through the center, I'm going to just put my needle so that one side is, one is on one side and one is on the other side of this line or that string. So, and then you want to pull it nice and tight. It's really nice and snug. And then you want to just do a knot. So I'm going to do one that way, and then a second one going the other direction, kind of one on the and then usually I'll take my glue, which I have right here, and put just a tiny little dot of glue around that knot. Well, I kind of got more than a tiny little dot, but it's going to be covered up because, again, this, now I can go ahead and unclip this. This envelope right here is going to get glued closed. So those strings are going to kind of get hidden inside that envelope. And then I can kind of make sure that this looks right. This looks good here. Everything looks good here on the back, on the spine. And then, like I said, I'm going to cover the spine and do a little more decoration to this journal. Right now, I've just, sewn the pages in, and then I'll go back once everything is sewn in and add pockets and some tuck spots and a lot more decoration to the journal. But that was just a little quick showing you how I bind my journals. There's lots of other videos out there showing you how to bind journals, but this is called a 3-hole pamphlet stitch.